So this recording is to help with Construction Project 2. Construction Project 2 has us creating a circumscribed circle of a triangle. So circumscribed is like describing the outside shape. So if you have a circumscribed circle, it means there's a circle wrapped around a triangle and the vertices of the triangle are on the edges of the circle. So it would look something like this. So you have a triangle that's kind of like fit perfectly inside of a circle. When I say fit perfectly inside, I mean each of the like three vertices or corners of the triangle are touching the circle and they're not hanging over or they're not short. So to kind of create this, you can either use pencil and paper. The steps for it are right here. They do require some supplies though, so I'm going to use the interactive tool because everybody has access to that. So on this page where it says instructions for using the interactive tool, you can click the plus. And then the interactive tool is right here, and all of the steps are written down below it. I have them on the left just so we don't have to scroll back and forth. Okay, so I've been getting a pop-up a little bit on this one. It hasn't really gotten too much in the way, but if it ever does get in the way, remember if you click the move tool, you can just move the screen however you need to if that little pop-up gets in the way on your screen. Okay, so step one, construct a perpendicular bisector of side AC, so that's this side right here. Part one of step one says choose the circle with center through point tool. So that's the fourth button at the top. It has like the black circle around it. And then it says then click on point A and and then click on point A and a point on segment AC or side AC that is more than halfway to point C. So we click on circle with center through point, and then we click on point A, and then we go alongside AC and we just go beyond the halfway point. So say like right there. And you could see point D popped up, and that's what's supposed to happen. And then part two of step one says choose the compass tool. That's the fifth button at the top, the one with the red circle. Then it says click on point A, then click on point D, and then place the circle at point C. So click the compass tool, click on point A, click on point D. That creates a circle that's the same size as circle A. And then we want to set or place the circle at point C, meaning we choose point C as the center. So that's our next click is on point C. So I'm going to go through that step one more time. So click compass, click point A, click point D. That creates the duplicate circle. And then we want to center it around C. So I'm going to move my mouse down to point C and click there. And then moving on to part three of step one, it says choose the intersection tool and click on circle A and C. The points E and F should appear at the point of intersection. So the intersection tool is the third one at the top up here. And then circle A is this circle at the top. I'm going to click on that. And then circle C is the circle down here. I'm going to click on that. And then the intersection points popped up as E and F. And then part four, step one says choose the line tool and click on point E and point F. So the line tool is the second one at the top. Click on that and then click on point E and then click on point F. And now we've just created a perpendicular bisector to the side AC, meaning it crosses AC at a 90-degree angle and it cuts AC into two congruent parts. So next we're going to do pretty much the same thing but for the side BC. So step two, construct a perpendicular bisector of side BC. So part one of step two, choose the circle with center through point tool, click on point B and on side BC that is more than halfway to point C. So circle with center through point tool is that black circle. After we click on that, we click on point B and then we click somewhere on side BC that's more than halfway. So let's say like right there. And that gives us point G. And then part two of step two says choose the compass tool, then click on point B, then click on point G, and then place the circle at point C. So we click the compass tool, which is the fifth button at the top, the red circle. We click on point B, then we click on point G, and that sets a circle with the same size radius as circle circle B up here, but we want to center it around point C. So my next click is on point C. So I'll go through that step one more time. We click compass, we click on point B, then we click on point G to create that like duplicate circle, and then I click on point C next to set the center of that new circle around point C, Keep in mind that the new circle I just created is the smaller one around point C. It's important to remember that. Okay, so for part three of step two, it says choose the intersection tool, click on circle B, and the circle just constructed around point C. So in my case, it's the smaller one, the one we just created in the previous step. And then it says points H and I should appear at the points of intersection. So the intersection tool is the third one at the top. We click on circle B, which is this one on the far right. And then we click on the new circle, see the one we just created down here? And once I click on that, H and I, the intersection points of circle B and that new circle C popped up. And then next we're going to create a line through points H and I. So part four of step two says choose the line tool, click on point H and then point I. So the line tool is the second one at the top. After we click on line, click on point H, then click on point I, and then now we've created a second perpendicular bisector, one that's perpendicular to BC. So it crosses BC at a 90-degree angle and it cuts BC into two congruent halves. Okay, before moving on to step three, we were able to create those perpendicular bisectors by pretty much creating two kind of copycat circles. And the bisector is where those two copycat circles overlap, assuming that those two of the same size circles are on different vertices. So like for step one, we put a circle around A, and then we put the same size circle around C, and then we drew a line through those overlapping points, and that's what created the perpendicular bisector, and we went through the same steps to find the perpendicular bisector for side BC. Okay, so step three for the next step, find the intersections of line EF and HI. Those are the only two lines on here, like the full lines, which are the two blue ones. So EF is this one that kind of goes up and to the right, and HI is the one that goes down to the right. So the intersect tool is the third one at the top. And then you want to click somewhere on the line where you're not also clicking on a circle or anything like that. So for EF, I'll click right here. For HI, I'll click right here. And then the intersection point of those two lines, there should only be one popped up as J, which is correct. Okay, step four, choose the circle with center through point tool. Click on point J. So circle with center through point is up here, and then point J is going to be right here. And then it says set the width of the compass to one of the vertices of triangle ABC and draw a circle. If we did the construction correctly so far, then the circle intersects with each vertex of the triangle. So circle with center through point tool, it's the fourth one at the top. After we click that, we click point J, and then you can drag your circle to any of the three vertices of the triangle. So you can drag it to B, you can drag it to C, you can drag it to A, and it should have the same outcome all three times. So whichever vertex you want to drag it to, and then click on it, and that'll set the circle. And then you can see now, you can zoom out if you want to, or move it up or down if you want to. We have a triangle that's inscribed inside of a circle, or a circle that's circumscribed over a triangle, meaning that the circle fits perfectly around the triangle, and each vertex just hits the circle in that one spot. The edges of the triangle don't cross over the circle, or they don't fall too short of the edges or anything like that. So once you have that, you're finished. You just need to take a screenshot of this. I forgot to open the picture of how to take a screenshot, but it's here. I'll just pull it up just in case. On a Chromebook, I think I've seen a few different ways, so you may have to play around with it. This is the main one I see. You click control and then you hold it, or you click this button that's above the six up there. If you aren't able to take a screenshot, if you have a phone, you can just take a picture of it on your phone, and then that's the file that you'll upload to the upload page for Construction Project 2.